Hello and welcome back. We are continue building up our scene. In the last video we built up our tree, and in this video we're gonna put our tree around our scene. But if you remember last video, I said like whenever you're building up your scene, try to spend a little bit of time organizing your scene. So in the last video we built this tree, and the other one we have all the collection, but we forget to put this tree in the different collection, so it's gonna save a lot of time working on our project. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna select this one for example and press M and create new collection, and I'm gonna call this one tree 1 just to organize, and it's gonna save a lot of our time. So now that's in a new collection. I can't freeze, for example. Now I'm not gonna able to select accidentally, so let's select the second one like this and M, new collection, tree number 2 like this, and let's freeze that one as well, and let's select the third one, okay, and press M, new collection, and tree number 3, because we're gonna duplicate these tree a lot around our scene, so it's very good to put them in your collection. Let's put all the stone in one collection. So M, new collection, and stones, okay, and let's move them to the side, and we're gonna see where we should put in our scene. So G, Y, move to the side, because we have our house and all other objects. But first we want to build up our ground, make our ground ready for our scene, and put our tree around. So first I'm gonna unfreeze I'm gonna freeze all of these for now. Do not accidentally select them, so you can't select anything now. I'm gonna unfreeze the ground, so we're gonna work with the ground. So first I'm gonna press S and scale up like this, okay, and let's build up a little bit our ground with different method. I believe I'm gonna do with the sculpting, so I'm gonna go to this option, sculpting, and now if you go to here, you select this one, because if you do like this way, it's not gonna do anything much. It's not, because we don't have enough vertex or mesh on our ground. So if you do this is gonna add some more detail to our mesh, and this is the setting you can play with. So this is the radius, the size, and this is the strength, you know, how much you want, like, you know, to put the strength on your brush. This is another way, and you can change how much, for example, the more detail need to be added to your scene. So I'm gonna make the brush a little bit bigger. That's too much, like this. So I'm just gonna add a little bit to the side, okay, because we're gonna add another object around here. So I'm just gonna make the ground a little bit interesting, and let's make it smaller now. Just add some little like this. So just play with it the way you like. And I believe this should be enough, because it's gonna be, you're not gonna see this much. We're gonna add some more things to the area, but I believe I'm gonna add some water in this area. So if you hold down control, it's gonna go other way. So whenever you do this, it's moving your ground up, but if you hold down control, and paint over. It's gonna move your ground other way down like this. So I'm just gonna make like something like this here. I'm holding down Control and just painting over this area like this. So this basically is gonna be for the water. Let's see how it's look like. Let's do a little bit more. Okay, just making it a little bit more interesting. I don't want all the side to be same kind of level. Okay, just when you're painting these kind of things, just be creative and think how things are in reality. So when I'm painting this, I'm just feeling I'm like outside by the little lake or whatever it is, just, you know, see, looking at the water. So it gives you some kind of feeling what you should do, and just make it a little bit more interesting. And I believe I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm just gonna make the strength a little bit less, and you're gonna add some little bit more detail around this area, just barely you can see like this. Okay, because the ground is not flat. Okay, so just be creative and paint over your scene. Okay, and now, because when you do this, it's add a lot of mesh to your a lot of detail to your object, so we don't want that because this is a low poly scene as well. So I'm gonna go back to the normal layout, and if you press tab to go in edit mode, look, there's a lot of detail add to our scene. So there's a way to fix this one. So tab to get out of edit mode, and we're gonna add modifier decimate, this one, and just move down until you're happy. Just make sure to not lose all the detail, but at the same time you need some detail definitely. So if you do like this, it's gonna see this is, so it depends the style as well, because if you're looking like a style very low poly like this, you're happy with it, that's up to you. But just because this is the taste you're looking for, it's nothing like you have to be in specific number. This is how you like to see your art. So I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm happy with this one. You can keep this one for right now, or you can add to it. So I'm just gonna show you how much detail has been taken away from this, and I'm gonna undo again. So if you move your mouse over here and Control A, and now press tab to go in edit mode, see we have less detail there. Okay, and our scene is not that heavy. So I'm gonna Control Z because I may need to change this detail later. So always keep, for example, the modifier here until you build up your scene. At the end you can apply when you go for rendering to speed up your rendering. Okay, so now I'm gonna freeze this one again because we are not working. Sorry, I'm gonna freeze this one again because I'm not working on this one. So first let's bring some chi. So I'm gonna try with this one. Which one is this one? Okay, so G, I'm gonna double click on Shift D. I'm gonna keep the original over there, and if I press Y, move to near to house, and let's see the size is too big, and S to scale down, G, Z, move down like this. I believe this should be fine. G and X, move it back. So I'm gonna duplicate few of these, Shift D and X. Sorry, I'm gonna move it to the Y let's see this way. And whenever you duplicate, make sure to rotate just to make them a little bit different. Okay, like this. And you can scale as well, make it smaller, bigger, because just make them a little bit random, not all of them exactly same thing. Shift D, and also you can spend some time and make them different. So because even now you have a chance, you can go inside, press tab to go and add more detail to it. So I'm gonna make this one bigger, G. Okay, let's duplicate one more, Shift D and X, move this way, and you can make scale in just one direction. For example, S, Z, it's just gonna scale like this. So it's gonna make it a little bit different from the other one, and R, Z, and rotate like this. Okay, so if you can see, it make it different. Shift D and Y, G, Z, move it up, S, scale down, G, Z. So I'm gonna do exactly same thing. So if need to speed up this, I may speed up this one and show you the result at the end. And as I said before, if you're happy to keep in the normal speed, please let me know for the next time. That's really help, because we are doing this for you to benefit from. G, Z, sorry, G, Z, move down and rotate. So sometimes you forgetting to rotate as well. Make sure to rotate them. And let's scale up this one. G, Z, move up. Okay, let's duplicate some more of the other one. Let's put one more here. So Shift D and Y and G, X, move it back all the way like this. Let's focus on that one. Let's move it up, G, Z, like this. And there's other way you can rotate them a little bit like this. Okay, or Z. Okay, so let's try other one. Okay, and if you need, you can duplicate more. Okay, so I'm gonna freeze this one. You're not gonna accidentally select them. Let's go to the next one, and let's select this one. So G, I'm gonna duplicate, sorry, Shift D, and Y. Sorry if my voice is not well. G and X, gonna move this one by the house like this, and S, scale down, G, Z. And to make it easier, you can move the center to the bottom. So when you scale up and down, but you have to make it one object, like a one object. It's up to you. That's another way. So Shift D and duplicate another one somewhere around this area. G, X, and don't forget RZ to rotate, just to make it different. RZ, something like this. And it's good now to, if you gonna do animation, put some around where you like. But if you have you're gonna do just one still image, it's really good time to add one camera to see what you are doing and where you want to put your object in changing way and make your composition right. So I'm gonna keep that one here, and I believe that should be fine. Let's do the other one too. Yeah, Shift D and move to somewhere around here. Please is this one. So I'm just gonna move this one to the back somewhere here, and G, Z, G, X, and S scaled down. So I'm gonna, yeah, that should be fine. Let's move the other one as well. I believe this one. Okay, so G, Y, G, X, G, Y here. Okay, and S to scale down, G, Z, move it to the ground like this, and G, Y, move it down. So now let's create a camera, because it's really good to know from which angle you're looking at your scene to build up your scene and make good composition. So Shift A and add the camera, and like this, while your camera is selected, if you hold down Control Alt and 0 on your number pad, it's just gonna move the camera to your view. So now if you press N, it's gonna open this menu for you, and if you go to view and select this one, camera to view. So if now you're moving around, like holding down the wheel on your mouse and moving around, you're rotating your camera around your scene. Okay, and also you can move the location and rotation as well. So because now my camera is selected, so if I can move this one on any direction, I can do so. Okay, and move up down like this. Okay, so just move the camera to where you like, you're gonna see your scene, and rotation as well. You see, this is for rotation. Okay, and don't forget, when you're done with your camera, deselect this one, so like this. So now if you hold down wheel on your mouse and do this, you're gonna get out of your camera. So your camera is here. Whenever you want to see through the camera, you press 0 on your number pad, you view your scene through the camera. Okay, and now if you press F12, we don't have any light, probably we're not gonna see anything, but just to show you, if you press F12, it's gonna render your scene. Probably it's gonna take a little bit of time. This is first time rendering, and I have a lot of things going on my PC. Probably it's gonna be slow. As you can see, because we don't have any light, you're not gonna be able to see, so we're gonna do this one later. Okay, so at the moment we add our chi to our scene. So let's try add and put our stone in the same place where we like to be. Okay, so I'm gonna go to defreeze. So I'm gonna do this and move the stone to somewhere I can see them. G, Y, and G, X, move them to the side. Let's focus on this one. So now we have this one, which we already applied our modifier to. I'm gonna work with this one just to make a little bit some of them different. So G and Y move to the side, G, Z move to the, like this, the ground, and let's focus on that one for now. So this is the one which we have modifier on. You can duplicate this one and make change and make it different, but also probably you need to go inside and change, for example, fix the problem we have with the vertex, for example, in different places, and we weld them together. So that's one way, or you can work with this one and just make some changes because we already fixed this one. So let's do, I'm gonna duplicate some of this and I'll try this one as well. You can keep it like this if you're happy with it. Don't fix the one which I'm talking about going inside for editing. So I'm gonna duplicate this one. So let's move it to the ground and Shift D and just move to the side, R, Z to rotate, S, scale down like this. Shift D again, X, move, S, Y, scale down like this, and then R, rotate, okay, and G, Z, move to the ground like this, and Shift D again, and just move to the side, G, Z, move it up, S all the way, scale down like this, G, Z, like this, okay, and let's duplicate this one again, Shift D and Y, R, Z, rotate, S, scale down, and top to go in edit mode. If you want to make it a little bit different, you just select some of these, for example G, and move some of them around. So this is another way you can make them a little bit different, and you can weld them together if you want. So I'm just showing you different way you can make things different from each other. So don't forget, if you can't select the one which is behind, Alt Z, you can see through, and select them, G, move them around like this, Alt Z. So this is, I'm just showing you what I'm doing, and probably if it's need, I'm just gonna speed up this part as well, because I'm gonna do exactly same thing, just duplicating these, or rotate, S, and scale them in different direction like this. Okay, so now let's move these two away from our view, so we can work with this one for now. Okay, so select this one, G, Z, move it to the ground like this, and S, X, make it bigger, G, Y, like this, and this makes some of other small as well. Shift D, X, S, make small, S, Y, Shift D, Y, S, and X, like this, or rotate like this, G, Z, move it down. Okay, so now we're gonna duplicate these around our scene. So I'm gonna select some of these like this. Okay, Shift D, Y, G, X, move some of them here, G, Z, move it up like this. Select this one, S, scale down, G, Y, G, Z, move it down. So we're gonna keep those there. Let's duplicate some more of these. So just select them randomly, Shift D, Y, G, Z, sorry, X, move here, or Z, rotate like this. Okay, G, X, okay, select this one, and S, for example, Y, probably just make it a little bit different, and select this one, G, Z, move it up, and this one, G, Z, move it up like this. Okay, this one too, G, Z, move it up, R, Z, rotate, just make them a little bit different. Okay, like this, and let's select these again, Shift D, Y, let's see from the camera how they look like. I feel this area a little bit more empty. And I put something around this area as well, because I'm thinking I'm gonna move the camera, I'm gonna do animation, that's why. But if you have a still image, don't put anything around outside of your camera frame, just put everything inside and make your composition the way you like. So let's put some more around this area as well. So again, I'm gonna select some of these. Let's see from the camera. I believe that's fine. Let's move these to G on X, so that area is a little bit empty. GY. That's why it's good to see through the camera. And GZ, move them up a little bit. Shift T, duplicate. Y. S, scale down. And then you have to dot on your number pad to see they're on the ground. So just make sure they are. So let's duplicate this one. Shift D, Y, S, scale down, G, X, K. And now I'm happy with how they look like. That should be fine. And later, if you are not happy with something like this, Tucci exactly in the same place, but because I'm gonna do animation, so I don't know now. Because if I was gonna do still image, I'm gonna move this tree a little bit in different location to make them more interesting. So let's add and make our scene more interesting by adding some stone to other area. So I'm gonna select this one and shift D and Y and G, X, okay, and S, and scale up like this all the way. GY. And let's focus on this one. So S and Z, G, Z. Let's duplicate, shift D, Y, G, X, R to rotate like this, and R rotate on just Z to make different from the other one. Okay, shift D, Y, S, scale down, G, Y, R, Z, Z to rotate. Okay, again shift D, Y, G, X, R, rotate, and one more, shift D, X, G, Y, like this, R, S, scale down like this. Okay, let's duplicate another one. So I'm gonna select this one, shift D, Y, and S, scale up like this. G, Y, G, X, and S to scale up. And let's move this a little bit backward, so just like this, little bit more, and let's move this one out like this. Okay, and let's duplicate again, shift D and Y, G, X, S, Z. Okay, let's duplicate again. Shift D, Y, S, Z, scale all the way down. G, Z, and S, scale down, and G, and X, G, Z, over up, like this. Again, Shift D, X, G, Y, S, scale down. Shift D, Y, G, X, R, rotate, S, Z. Okay. Let's duplicate this one again. Shift D, X, G, Y, S, scale up. Let's duplicate this one. Shift D, Y, G, X, G, Y. Okay. Let's see from the camera how it just look like. I think it's really looking good. We just want some smaller one at this, just to give a little bit depth in our scene. So I'm gonna duplicate some of these. Shift D, X, over back, S, scale them up. This, let's focus on these. S, scale them up a little bit more, and select one by one. G, move it to the place. Add 3 of them. So G, G. This is another way which is good. You can, for example, if you want to move this tree, you can select, you can freeze all the stone, and you're easily gonna select just that tree. So that's why I said spending a little bit time organizing your scene is gonna save a lot of your time and making it easier for you to work with your scene. So I believe that should be fine. Let's add few more to this area. And if you have a slow computer, be careful with this one, because if you have too much, you duplicate too much, your scene is gonna be very heavy, and probably your software is gonna crash. So make sure you have a powerful computer and know your computer, so how much it can handle. Sorry. So G, Z, over up. Let's see from the camera again, and I believe it should be fine. I'm seeing somewhere here. Let's duplicate this one. Shift D, Y, G, X, G, Y, and let's scale, and S on Z only, smaller. G, Z, move it down. That's fine. Let's put one somewhere here. Okay, so again, this one, Shift D, Y, G, X, G, Y, G, Z, S, G, X, G, Y, G, Z. So I believe this should be fine, and you get the idea. So I'm gonna stop here because the video is getting really long, and in the next video we're gonna see what we can do with our scene. Probably I'm gonna tidy up maybe a little bit, and you do your own way, tidy up your scene. I mean, like move the object, the tree, the stone, wherever you want. And in the next video probably we're gonna add some grass, and let's see what else we can do with our scene. And then we're gonna add color and probably render the last, probably in the next video, or maybe it's gonna be more than one video. So I'm gonna add this. Let's add 2 more stone here. Shift D. This is the thing, like whenever you're working with your scene, you just find out I should do a little bit more and more. So that's why it's good to spend a little bit time on your scene and making it the way you like. Okay, and I believe I'm gonna see you in the next video and see what you can do. So see you in the next video.